I'm welcome, beautiful souls. Namaste. Lovely to have you here today for this chat. Today, I am here to share with you the upcoming courses that I am offering. And I think today, in conjunction with Lionsgate, this is just a perfect time to set intention for deepening your understanding, deepening your tarot goals so that you can work towards reading the cards in a more personal and fulfilling way. And what I would like to do in the next 20, 30 minutes is just to share with you some of the programs that I offer and how each of these courses, in their own way, really adds something to the tarot journey. Since I was a rookie tarot reader, started reading the tarot well over 25 years ago, I have always been one to go beyond the little white book. I never really resonated with the little white book that comes with the deck of cards. I always was one to dive into larger books, to do more research. Also, there were some tarot readers that I connected with right away that were really gifted in the art of story and reading the story of tarot, fascinated with some of the concepts of reading Tarot de Marseille in the way that figures move from card to card. There was always something more beyond the little white book. And as my experience as a reader has evolved, I've become more and more curious with the astrological associations, with deepening my repertoire in mythology, symbology, and everything. And in different ways through these different courses, I really feel that there is a way for each and every one of you to connect more deeply with the tarot. So the first course that I want to talk about is Tarot Through the Planets. And Tarot Through the Planets started last spring. And this is a class that has become very close to my heart. So hopefully I do have a thumbnail for you. You can access all of my courses through this link here on the shop. And a couple of the courses are on sale now through Labor Day, so September 4th or 5th in Canada. We have a holiday that weekend. So Tarot Through the Planets. I just want to talk a little bit about this. We just finished. So the last one we did was the sun, and we were looking at the cards that have their decan ruled by the sun. And this study of Tarot Through the Planets, which we have done, so now we've done 4. We started with the moon, and we did Venus and Mercury and the sun. And you can see here that we're going to resume on September 9th with Mars. And each of these classes gives you a completely different way and an increase of vocabulary for the cards that you are working with. Now, the cards that I have here on the table, these are 5. There are many more that are connected to the energy of the sun. And through understanding the mythology of the sun, the energy of the sun, this is in a way a gift and a secret of reading the tarot. Now, this goes beyond the Golden Dawn. This goes deep, deep into tarot's history. And I really feel that sometimes we get stuck in familiar keywords. You take a beginner tarot course, you get a basic knowledge of the tarot, what the suits represent, what the major arcana, what those archetypes represent. But there is a lot more that is going on below the surface. And the deck that I'm showing you here, the Waite-Smith deck, even though Arthur Waite wanted this deck to be very accessible, to be easily read there is a lot of hidden symbology in these cards. Some of it is connected to the artist's personal story, like the background, the scene that is in this particular card. Some of it is inspired through Golden Dawn correspondences. Pamela Coleman Smith was also a member of the Golden Dawn for a period of time. And this gift of esoteric connection can really help us to find those little aha moments in reading cards. Now, I don't think that we have to memorize all of this, but in the journey of taking a course, or perhaps even one of these planetary workshops, because they're also offered individually. So this is one of all of the courses that I'm teaching that is offered in pieces. So you can purchase one planet at a time, or you can purchase the whole package. The ones that we've already done are pre-recorded, and you will get a link to the recordings. And also I am in the process of reorganizing all of the handouts. So at the end of the session, once we have finished Saturn, then I will edit all of the documents and put them together in a mini book. And those of you that have purchased the full series will get the complete edited package. And then going forward, if you purchase the complete series, you'll get the complete edited package. So Tarot Through the Planets is a month-by-month study of the planetary correspondences according to the Golden Dawn, but it goes beyond that as well too. We're looking at numerological correspondences. So when we're looking at the sun, we're also reflecting on all of the sixes. And you also get a little bit of me, the yogi, in this course as well too, because when I am talking about the Kabbalistic Tree of Life, I cannot not share with you some chakra correspondences as well too, because that is perhaps the medium that I am most comfortable in and have the most wealth of information to share. I am offering, and I'll talk in a second about another course that's coming up too. So Tarot Through the Planets is one offering that is happening. 4 of them are pre-recorded, and there's 3 more to go. And I may expand on this series as well too, because as I've been teaching the class, I have thought of other ways that this understanding may be understood. And there may also be an opportunity for some further workshops on the contemporary, or maybe a contrast and compare of, so for example, Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Mars in classical astrology when we're looking at the tarot, but there is also a layer of Pluto that is there if you're working with contemporary astrology. So I'm thinking as well too, I may expand and do a contrast and compare of the Plutonian versus Martial energy, the ones that have those associations. So yeah, ever expanding my repertoire of classes. So that is one. There is a program, and this is a one-off, and I would really encourage you to pick this up ASAP, because we have a new moon on the 16th of August. And this pre-recorded class is called Aligning with the New Moon. And I know that there are a lot of new moon workshops out there, and that those of you who have worked with moon energy probably think, oh yeah, they're all the same, you set your intention, blah blah blah. But there's more to this, and this has to do with taking your intention to its highest frequency possible and understanding the layers and the possibilities of intention and how it can filter through all aspects of your life. So I would I don't have a fancy banner for you. It's called Aligning with the New Moon. It is pre-recorded. It's about an hour and 15 minutes, and the cost for this is $30. Okay. Hello, PU. I'm going to be doing readings at 12:30, so please come back in the next session. Okay. So we have Tarot Through the Planets, Aligning with the New Moon. And Tarot Through the Planets is presently a 7-session program. Aligning with the New Moon is a one-off, and it is $30. The next one is a course called Tarot Foundations. And many years ago, several years ago, I began this course because I was actually requested to teach tarot. Sadhana, how do you read the tarot? How can I read like you? And I began to take apart my process of reading the tarot. And I have promised you many, many times a tarot journal that I really should publish. And that is my step-by-step process in analyzing any given deck. And I will eventually, that will be available. But Tarot Foundations was previously offered as a Zoom class. And because I am moving towards retirement, I've decided that this next session of Tarot Foundations, so this is Tarot Foundations 1, the beginners section, I'm going to offer it as I have done with Tarot Through the Planets. And that will be as a YouTube live stream, an unlisted private YouTube live stream. If you attend the live event, you will have an opportunity to be in the chat. If you watch the replay, then you won't. However, it means that for privacy reasons, people's faces won't be on the screen, and you will have access to all of the content forever, as long as there's a YouTube. So that is one benefit. Now, Tarot Foundations is a 22-week course that takes the tarot apart in pieces and begins to build more of a mandala of the tarot. So we begin by looking at all of the cards of new beginnings. And these present in a lot of different ways. They present as aces. They present as pages. And there are also other ways to look at new beginnings in the tarot. Of course, there is the Fool, but there are also new beginning opportunities in endings and deaths. So I want in this course for you as a emerging reader, or even if you are an experienced reader, to understand that when we begin to weave together, knit together correspondences, cards, build a mandala. One of the best things you can do as a tarot student is to have open pages in your journal where ideally we would have these lovely sticker pages where we could have multiple sheets and just, create all of this. Unfortunately, sometimes it's a matter of hand drawing, or you can photocopy a deck of cards and then reduce it. So you can actually paste these into your journal and create these mini mandalas. So like when we get to the twos, these are cards that look at relationships, contrasting, comparing, and choices. Well, naturally, all of the twos are there, but we have a bazillion other cards in the tarot that we can refer to as balance, or look at contrast and relationship. So this course takes on more of an integrated approach than any that I have ever taken before. And you have an opportunity always to come back to the replay and to leave a question or a comment or something even a little more in depth in the questions below, in the comments below, and I will always reply to it. So you always have access to me in that way. Okay. So doing the course on I was going to say Facebook, doing the course on YouTube means that you don't have the connection with other students. But should that be a request, I would be happy to try to connect some of you together so you could practice and do some of the exercises in the course. All right. So that's Tarot Foundations. And Tarot Foundations begins, let me get the date for you here. I should have the date right here. It begins, I don't even have the date here. Oh, Wednesday. It's going to be on Wednesdays live. Wednesday, September 6th. And it'll be at 10 a.m. Pacific. And like I said, if you can't do the live stream, then you can watch the replay and then attend some Wednesdays. So there's less pressure to show up in person than there is in a Zoom class. So that I think also is a bonus. And we will break for 2 weeks at Christmas. 22 weeks. The handouts will be on Google Docs. So you can print your own handouts. You can make your own book. And I will post them there before the class each week. Obviously a private Google Docs that those that are taking the course have access to. Okay, so that is Tarot Foundations. And then Tarot Through the Chakras. Tarot Through the Chakras. You have been asking about this, so let's go back. A couple of years ago, I did a class called Tarot Through the Chakras. And we met for 8 sessions, and I created a spread and a bit of a mandala to help understand how I see the chakras in the tarot and what that is. Now, previously, today, I mentioned the correspondences with the Tree of Life and the chakras. And that is a part of this, but this is also a big piece of this is understanding that just because we're in the suit of Pentacles, in the suit of Earth, that does not mean we are in the root chakra. The suit of Pentacles, the suit of Earth, and all of the Earth cards in extension may or may not be connected to the root chakra. There are cards that represent the energy of multiple chakras. Just because we are in the suit of hearts, in the suit of cups, it doesn't mean we're connected to the heart. By no means. And just because the Three of Swords has a heart on it does not mean we are connected to the heart, or because we are in the suit of air, we're connected to the mind. So my intention with this class is to expand these stereotypical associations with the chakras so that you can really listen to this medicine, because there is so much medicine in the tarot. And, you know, one thing people have asked me over the years about chakras and the tarot is this a layer that we are artificially pasting onto the tarot, or has it always been a part of reading tarot? And I think this is a really good question. We can see anything in the tarot. The tarot contains, you know, the infinite number of archetypes and messages and connections that exist in universal consciousness, for sure. However, the more that I study, the more that I learn about the adepts of old, the more I understand how mysticism across the Eurasian continent was studied and integrated by many, many of the European masters that were part of developing these decks. And so I want to say, yes, it's there. It's there if you are open to seeing it. And the more you understand the fundamentals of the chakras, how am I qualified to teach this? Well, I am a yoga teacher. I have studied yoga for a long time. I've studied with Indian masters, and my name's Sadhana, so I am initiated into the Satyananda lineage. And through chakra sadhana, so this is a practice where you live in the chakra for a period of a month, and you work with the energies of that chakra for a month. And through working with and exercising a chakra for an extended period of time, you can really begin to understand its influence. Now, I've done this a few times, deep chakra sadhanas, and it's highly transformative. What I would like to give you in this class is, because they're spaced out monthly, each of the sessions, is to give you a flavor of this. You will always have exercises to help you stimulate, poke at, awaken the chakra that is the topic of the month. Okay, so I want to give you a little bit of that. So I want to assure you that I have done a lot of work with chakra sadhana. Sadhana, my name, and sadhana, it refers to study. It refers to one's path. It refers to any sort of practice. So your sadhana could be your physical yoga practice that you do Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning. Your sadhana could be your meditative walk through the forest daily. Your sadhana could be a particular diet that you are on for your spiritual growth. So there are many paths to enlightenment, and whatever sadhana you take will get you there in some way. Okay, so sadhana means path. It involves study. It involves devotion. It involves a commitment to your practice. And yes, kind of a heavy name. I didn't use it for a while when I first got it. Okay, so let's recap. Aligning with the new moon. All of these programs are available here in the shop. Aligning with the new moon, Tarot through the planets, available as individual planets or the whole package, Tarot foundations, and Tarot through the chakras. They're all there. All right. So please go and visit my shop and have a look and see if you're interested in adding any of this to your tarot repertoire. And lastly, I just want to talk a little bit about what's happening on my YouTube channel and some of the shifts in schedule. Wednesdays, now I will be teaching Tarot Foundations in the fall. So that means my deck deep dive series will always be at 4 p.m. Pacific, Vancouver time. So right now we are studying the Chamonix or the Chamonix Tarot, and this alternates presently between a morning and an afternoon time. But once Tarot Foundations begins, the deck deep dive will be in the afternoon only. So that's one change. And the Thoth series, believe it or not, is going to come to a close. Not Thoth, but Thoth-inspired series will come to a close at the end of Libra season. That will be 48 weeks that I have been in this. There will be 48 videos in this series. And I will do a 49th. I think that's a really nice number to end with, 7-7. And I will do a recap and a final summary. And then following that, I'm going to, in that same time slot, begin my Breathe With Me series. We've been talking about breath in all of my live streams for some time. And this is a time I can open up for you, and this will not be paid. This will be free. And the date, Breathe With Me, will begin on October 24th, Tuesday, 11 a.m. Pacific. And of course, it'll be recorded and you can watch the replay. And I plan to start with very, very basic practices because I just know, I feel so many people aren't breathing or breathing well, breathing to the full capacity of their physical body. And it helps so much with everything. So those are some of the offerings that are upcoming from me, or I should also say through me. And that's really important for me to always remember that these offerings have been gifts that have been shared by other teachers, gurus, mentors, and how it is delivered, of course, is from my heart to you, but always there are messages that are coming through, and I do my best to remember, I am an open channel, and that has really helped my work as well too. Okay? So I look forward to meeting some new faces in the live stream chats, and please reach out. You can also message me at info at integrativehealingwithsadhana.com if you have questions about any of these programs. Okay? All right. Take good care. Namaste. I will see some of you very soon for live readings for the Lionsgate portal.